Hey guys, Darth Prometheus here, back with some more of our expeditions Rome. We have gotten back to Rome itself after a successful and victorious campaign in Egypt. However, there was some crazy stuff that did happen, so we'll see. Thank you, but the victory feels hollow. We could not save the proconsul.
Death comes to us all eventually. All we can do is delay it. Sometimes not even that is possible.
I didn't expect you to see you here. Shouldn't you be a praetor by now?
Leave ambition to my brothers. This is a comfortable post close to home and well paid too. I'm sure you have a lot of things to discuss before you disband. Let me know when you're ready to proceed.
Okay, let's talk to all of our companions.
Last time we stood here with a legion, we had Lucullus with us.
A lot of things can be harder now that he's gone.
I know he was your patronus, but the man was like a father to me.
We will avenge him.
We will. I will.
I know you don't like Rome, but you seem particularly glum today.
I hate to be back in this shithole of shit.
Couldn't agree more with you. Nothing but misery. Let's go with, cheer up. We have conquered the entirety of Egypt. That must mean something.
To you, probably. You're back home as a victorious commander, and I'm back home as... not myself.
Will you disappear again?
I don't know yet. There's a lot I need to take care of.
We need to take care of.
I may be able to patch things up with my family, but it's scary. Aulus said Mother expects me for dinner.
Just don't get yourself killed.
Well... do you think your advocate friend Cicero might represent me if I end up murdering someone at the dinner table?
He's not my friend, but I'll ask him.
Thank you.
All in all, this expedition wasn't that bad, was it?
You are making the same mistake your enemies are making.
I'm no Lucuro.
Then find a way to control Cleopatra, or you might regret putting her on that throne.
True. You can move in with me, you know. I would love to have you close.
It's tempting. I can't say it wouldn't be nice to have a home here again. With you. Let me try to clean out some of the skeletons in my closet first. Then if everything works out somehow, we can talk about this again.
See you on the other side of the Rubicon. Talk to Bastia.
Is it time?
You seem eager to return to Rome.
I've told you before. It is this idleness that bothers me. Can't we just quickly go in? I have things to do.
Things like what?
I do have some personal matters to attend to.
Any plans for the upcoming days?
I'll take it easy. This campaign made me realize there is a lot to learn. And while Sinaros is a great magister, it is impossible for him to teach me everything. But he said if he teaches me how to fish, my problems will be solved.
I'm sure he knows what he's doing.
He is wise and formidable. It is not easy to fight for so long and still be alive. I shall listen to every single word of his.
Did you like this expedition?
It was glorious. We have conquered many lands and slain numerous foes. It was strange of you to leave the Queen on her throne, though. Spoils of war should not be left for the enemy to recover.
Who says I left her?
I see. You still plan on conquering her. Forgive me for doubting you.
Take care of yourself, Bastia. Seem lost in thought.
Recent events are making me think about the way we're approaching our long-term problems. No matter what we do, our opponent seems to retain the upper hand.
It's depressing, isn't it? We've won, yet he still managed to make himself look like a hero.
This is the second time he's accomplished the same trick. I think we now know the way he plays the game. We're clearly not playing by the same rules. It's for this reason that the game is not fair.
What do you propose?
We stop playing fair. Consider
Okay.
the Rubicon. No legatus is allowed to keep their command inside the Pomerium. The Legion shall always disband here, beyond these predefined borders. So it is written, so it shall be done.
The consequences of breaking such a foundational law would be severe.
Of course, because the law threatens obliteration, everyone obeys it, and everyone expects it to be obeyed. That makes us predictable. This is how Luco always wins. He knows what our possible moves are, so he prepares himself accordingly. He plans for both outcomes and controls the result either way.
Okay.
Now, consider the results of a commander crossing the Rubicon with his legion, ignoring the ancient law and the tradition.
You think we should not disband the Legion?
Certainly not. I was simply using as an example the absurdity of the notion, and the fact that Rome would be helpless against such a legion were it to just march through. Luco exploits our adherence to established norms and patterns. As long as we're playing the same game, he wins.
Then perhaps we should change the rules.
It is an idea worth considering, but we should be careful about it, lest we become predictable in our rule-breaking.
It's true. You're looking forward to returning to the bathhouse?
My frail bones are in dire need of warm water and a well-executed massage. But I also have an interesting meeting to attend.
The meeting with a lovely lady, I assume?
Indeed. A lady who allegedly knows the solution to the one formula of Pythagoras.
Which one?
The one formula. The solution to all that was, all there is, and all there ever will be.
It's not Pythagoras' theorem.
Famously believed that what we perceive is a mere reflection of a world of numbers, a world of conditions and formulaic instructions, a construct or a mere representation of a true reality that could easily be derived from one formula. He who knows the formula knows all.
Right, and you think this lady knows all there is and is going to share with you in a bathhouse?
I have little to lose.
This is true. What do you think about our deeds in Africa?
The political situation we ended up with is truly interesting. It looks like Queen Cleopatra cares only for herself, but in politics especially, looks can be deceiving. We helped her greatly, and she will probably not forget that. I'd cultivate the relationship.
I'm rather fond of her, and I surely prefer her as an ally. Cleopatra's not someone I want to turn my back on.
I'm sure there's a lot you can do face to face.
This guy. This guy!
Do not worry. I will not ask to live with you again this time. There is important thing I must do anyway.
What might that be?
I need to find man who killed my sister, Silvius.
What makes you sure he's still here?
Habron said he is important member of Collegium Bacchus. If he is not here, he has cause to return at least.
That's true.
And when he does, I will be waiting.
What we do if he is a Roman citizen, you can't just murder him.
We will see what happens.
Please don't go alone. Maybe Tabit will help you.
He will just make mess of it. I prefer to bring Callida, but she has her own problems.
This guy has no idea what's coming. Send him to Tartus.
You can count on that. At least.
Let's get this over with.
What's bothering you?
Where to even start? I served with Lucullus for the majority of my life. In a way, he turned me into the man I am today. In return, I caused his death. He would have been alive today if we hadn't delayed our departure for the sake of fixing my mistakes. I'm nothing but a disappointment.
You're never disappointed me. You're almost like a brother I never had.
And you are more of a sibling to me than my own little brother. It is comforting to know I have never disappointed you. But somehow I feel like I have failed in that big quest that is my life. I should have been more important, more significant.
For the last time, there was nothing you could have done for Lucullus.
That is a fine lie. I will keep telling that to myself. Perhaps in time, I'll end up believing it.
What's your plan now?
Probably. But not for the reasons you might think.
What reason do you think I might think?
You think I'll go there and drink myself into a torpor?
What is the reason then?
Let's just say I have an outstanding debt. The kind you can't pay back with denarii.
This campaign went well, don't you think?
It certainly ended better than it started.
That's true.
Putting Cleopatra in charge was a smart move. You must realize she's taken with you. Nevertheless, I wish we were able to save Lucullus. If only we had departed a day earlier.
There's no way to know.
You're probably right. Still, that makes me wonder.
Hang in there.
There's something I need to handle now that we're back. I may call on you if I need your help, but hopefully it won't come to that.
That's everyone, right?
Time to disband, Legate? Take as long as you...
I wanna do an upgrade real quick.
Time to disband, Legate?
Indeed. Let's be warriors no longer.
You will always be a warrior at heart. Now it's time to be a citizen.
We're not going to be able to beat him in this. We're going to have to march on Rome. I can already see it.
Good morning, Domine. You certainly took your time today.
I did, the funeral was draining. So many people for one man, yet so few truly knew him.
Funerals are awkward and uncomfortable for everyone involved. Fortunately, there are a lot of mundane, everyday tasks for you to take care of today. We have some outstanding debts. There's the issue of inheritance. The kitchen needs to know what you wish to eat today. Oh, and the carpet you have ordered has arrived.
Okay, what kind of debt are you talking about?
The mourners, they require their due payment. Additionally, one of them has severely injured herself during the funeral. She is in need of medical attention.
How is that even possible? You can't kill yourself by crying too much.
She tore her own hair off.
What?
Unfortunately, it turns out her hair was rather sturdy. Consequently, she partially scalped herself in the process.
Mars be witness, there are some dedicated mourners.
We did call some of the best mourners in the business.
Oh, that's true. Very well, pay them.
Understood. I'll make sure she receives the best care.
He left me something, didn't he?
A
Aquilus.
slight understatement. His library and his 2 summer villas belong to you now. But the rights need to be officially transferred before we can do anything with them.
Okay, let's do this this afternoon.
A wise choice. The sooner we complete these rituals, the better.
What are my options when it comes to food?
It is boar season. We should buy a few and keep them in stock. Flavius says the mussel harvest was pretty good too, if you fancy seafood. Last but not least, I can order a variety of fruits for you.
Let's go with measles.
I'll buy some oysters too. You never know when you'll get a pearl.
I haven't ordered any carpets.
You haven't? Oh, that's bizarre. Well, they have brought it to the study. We shall inspect the item. Perhaps it was intended for someone else.
This sounds a bit too weird. Bring me a knife and arm yourself.
That never crossed my mind. I apologize. I'll bring your arms at once.
Carpet. Is someone in the carpet?
Have a nice day.
Of course, it's Cleopatra. But we gotta talk to our mother.
Is everything well, dear?
Everything is fine, my dear. My mother?
Do you try to kill all of your guests?
Forgive me, I wasn't informed of your visit. I thought you were someone else.
Expecting a different goddess?
This is a surprise.
Fantastic. I love surprises. That is, surprising people, not people surprising me. This is a friendly visit. After all of the things we've been through, I thought you would like the opportunity to establish a more solid relationship. Over some food, perhaps. But this room is a bit too crowded. Let us dismiss your servants. I do not like attention.
One of the mourners arrived, Cineros. They still want their... Oh. Who is this lovely young woman? You didn't tell me you have a lady friend as a guest?
Mother, allow me to introduce you, Cleopatra, daughter of Ptolemy.
You... What now? Why didn't you tell me? I'm sorry, Your Majesty. I simply wasn't informed. Does she understand our language? Of course she does. The place is a mess. Cineros, we need to go to the marketplace immediately. Tell the cooks I'll be instructing them today. Our guest is a queen. The feast should be royal. I shall make a list of all the guests. Kato should be
That is quite unnecessary. I would prefer to have a private conversation.
You don't want to eat? That is out of the question. A full stomach is the prime ingredient of good company. Are you not hungry, Your Majesty?
I would not turn down your hospitality, but I'd rather have a private meeting with your son. There are myriad things we have to discuss. Of political nature, of course.
But of course. Forgive my foolishness. Whatever you wish, Your Highness.
I don't know. What should we do?
Cineros, you're a practitioner of culinary arts. Can you produce a feast worthy of a goddess on such short notice?
No feast could be fit for a goddess, but I will strive for perfection.
Stable master had 2 horses in need of new...
Your mother is a bit tense. Are all Roman women like that?
In her defense, I did introduce you quite formally. I think she panicked.
People do tend to panic in my presence. But you are different, aren't you?
It's not panic, it's reverence that I have for you.
The rich revere. The poor panic. This is a nice place. I like your little garden. I do miss our sunsets, though. Do you miss the desert?
Every land has its own sunset. Every sunset is unique.
Indeed. Why do you think that should be the case? If the sun races to the end of the world, does it wait to put on a different show in every land?
The true beauty of the sunset is not in the sun, but where the light falls.
A poetic soul. You are full of surprises. Shall we continue this conversation over dinner? I am famished. This was extraordinary. I am vaguely sad because it's all gone.
Cineros is an artist who takes his work very seriously.
Simply brilliant. Genius. I want your service. My parties could use food of this caliber. How much do you want for him?
Well, Cineros is not for sale. He's a part of this family. I would betray his trust.
Loyalty towards a ruler is common. It is an impressive virtue to possess loyalty towards your lessers. This has been an interesting encounter. I've had a lovely night, but I'm afraid I have to retire now. Thank you for all the things you have done for me. Best of luck to you.
Okay.
Good morning.
Statius nearly dropped an amphora full of olive oil in the triclinium. Oh, that boy will be the death of me.
Our personal supply of Minerva's wisdom is almost depleted.
Shall I send? Good morning.
Barrels from the vineyard. If we have any left.
We are being summoned to appear at the court. You have committed a criminal offense, or so they claim.
What crime?
Both things can be true. Our actions sometimes cause harm to society, yet we may be unaware. Or perhaps you're being wrongfully accused. Only one way to find out.
Who claims it?
Someone must have suffered because of something you did. Frankly, there's no way to know unless we visit the magistrate.
Do we have to go?
If we want to defend ourselves, certainly. To be technical, they cannot reach a decision in our absence. But lately, they have started interpreting silence as acceptance.
Okay.
I say it is best to be on the safe side. It is best not to ignore these things. The court may think of your silence as an acceptance of guilt. If you find yourself near the forum, you should talk to the magistrate. I will meet you there.
She really is something, isn't she?
Indeed, she is. Something and more. What you're playing, however, is a dangerous game. You should be very, very careful.
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
That is often what people say right before they die. Cleopatra is like the sun. Bright and beautiful, but also harsh and ruthless. Play with fire, and sooner or later, you will be burned.
What do you think the Kuro will do next?
Despite all of our efforts, he did really position himself well politically. I would not be surprised to see him become a consul soon.
That would be a disaster.
Then we should get ready for a disaster of epic proportions.
If that happens, then we have to march on Rome. There's no other response.
Do you need me?
Excuse me.
If he is elected, then it means that we must respond in kind.
Salve. I see you're on your way out. Glad I caught you.
What do I owe the honor of your visit? Oh, it's good to see you. How can I help you?
In this case, it is I who is here to help you. Or, rather, your friend. Julia Callida has got herself into a great deal of trouble, and she has beseeched me to lend her my legal counsel.
If Callida needs our aid, I will gladly give it. What does she ask you of me?
I told her I would represent her as a favor to you, if you are willing to owe me. For reasons that will become apparent, your friend is forced to maintain a low profile at the moment. She has chosen a discreet meeting spot, near the market. Please meet us there today, and she will explain the details of her predicament.
Okay. So we have a lot of quests to do. Let's start with everyone else's quests.
The great Gaeso Quinctius Aquilinus. Your reputation precedes you.
I want to buy...
They tell me you're here on business.
Oh.
So, let's discuss business.
I want to buy a servo of yours.
Indeed. I think I know who you're talking about. You seem to have an inexplicable soft spot for this girl. Curiously, I don't think you even know her name.
You're mistaken, I do remember.
I see. That sounds very important
I
indeed.
just outmaneuvered myself.
She must be quite valuable to you. This sets the price at an extremely high level. Too high for you, I'm afraid.
Try me.
I'd rather not. I would, however, gladly negotiate with that patrician friend of yours. His vineyard has risen to quite a bit of fame over these past few years. The chance to make a competitor go bankrupt. Now, that is valuable to me.
I will send for him, but he might not be here for some time.
I have both money and time.
Damn. I just outmaneuvered myself.
Salve, Legate. I hope you have been informed as to the nature of our potential transaction.
Indeed I was.
Good. That will save us time. For this transaction, I will need a relatively hefty fee due to the sentimental value of the commodity. I'm thinking I can be persuaded to part with Lucia, the sewer in question, in exchange for, say, half your vineyards. How does that sound?
What?
Absolutely not.
That is insane! It's not a fair price for anything! Surely you won't go ahead with this, Legate.
I believe that's called extortion.
It's called negotiation. Of course you are free to make a counteroffer, but I should remind you, as the owner of the object of desire, I have the advantage in this game.
The price you demand is excessive. Demanding an overwhelmingly high price for a commodity of a certain value is illegal.
Now, if you believe the law is on your side, you can take this to the Senate. Otherwise, I've made my offer.
Look, we can do this easy way or the hard way. It's your choice.
I see. And let me guess. The easy way is I just hand over my valuable assets to you for nothing. And the hard way is what? You attack me in my own villa?
We're up to me, but I doubt my friend would like that.
As much as I'd like to save these people from his cruelty, this is a sacrifice I have.
As you wish.
We're gonna have to fight our way through this.
The great Gaeso Quinctius.
See if we can do this.
Indeed. And you seem to have an inexplicable... It matters a lot. The price of an item depends on its value. Value can be very subjective. To me, for example, she is all but worthless. But she is the mother of your child. Isn't that right? That makes her more valuable to you than you can afford. I'd rather not. I would. His vineyard has the chance to make a competitor. I have both money and time. Salve, Legate. I hope you have been informed as to the nature of our potential transaction.
Before we begin, a word about your wine.
Go ahead.
Some of my favorites. I hope to one day matches quality.
Oh. Well, I must admit, your own wine has been improving steadily since you took control of your family's business. In fact, I'm thinking I can be persuaded to part with Luke.
What? That is insane!
It's called
The price you...
If you believe the law is on your side. I see. And let me guess.
What are you doing? I can't... This would lower us to his level. It would turn us into criminals.
Let's talk about it later.
Stupid move.
Save yourselves!
By Jupiter's cock!
Get the lictors!
Help me! I can still fight!
You have to kill him first. Wait, is that actually because the skill is out of charge, or can we not use it? Because if it's out of charge, we could change that completely. By doing that.
The great Gaeso Quinctius Aquil. A curious demand. You seem to have an inexplicable soft spot. I see. This sets the price at an extremely high. I'd rather not. His vineyard, a chance to make. I have both money and
okay,
time.
we can end this right here.
Salve, Legate. I go ahead. Oh,
What? That is insane!
It's called
The price you demand.
If you believe the law is on your side. I see.
What are you doing?
Stupid move.
Still standing! Impressive!
It's the end of that.
By Jupiter. What have we done? We have killed a citizen of Rome.
There was no other way to save your family.
Maybe. Or maybe there was. There had to be.
I have an idea. Think doing this is not a smart. Let's go to the market. Let's see if we can find a way to do this another way.
Egypt has a queen now. You think the house calls in the evening over there at last? Salve, Legate. Of that, Thank you. Let us... Well, as long as the grain shipments resume, I guess it's all the same to us.
Okay, so here's his establishment.
My cousin was at Alexandria, you know, on one of Vitellius Lurco's ships.
How did they manage to take the city?
The ships arrived just in the nick of time. Apparently the legions were nearly routed.
Personally, I hope Polybius is elected Idolay. He makes fine bread.
Good bread hardly makes a man qualified for Edile. Personally, my vote is for Wattier.
You only say that because your collegium recommends him.
Nonsense. I think he's worthy of the city.
Salve, Domine. How can I be of assistance?
Oh, you must be one of Sextus's daughters.
That's right. Do you know my father?
He's an old friend.
Ah, I see. If you'll wait here a moment, I'll fetch him for you.
Legate, it's good to see you out of your uniform again. How is civilian life treating you this time?
I wanted to see if you had returned to your smithy.
Indeed I have. My family must eat.
Your daughter seems like a lovely young woman.
She is. She is the youngest of the clutch. I tell her she should find a nice rich patrician boy to marry, but she insists she enjoys helping me sell what I make.
How's business?
It has been better, but it has also been worse. There will always be people in need of horseshoes and kitchen pots.
What have you told your family about me?
Only the best things. You are held in great esteem in my household.
Let me, be a patron of your workshop.
For you, it would have to be something prestigious. Tell me, have you heard of a parazonium?
The dagger worn by great commanders, which confers the Aura of Courage.
The very same. You have managed just fine through 2 campaigns without it, but if nothing else, I'd say you've earned the right to wield such a blade. What say you? I can sell you one that you'll be proud to show off.
Am I allowed to yield such a weapon?
It's a symbol of prestige more than anything. Jewelry for a great soldier.
Okay.
To tell you the truth, I have one almost finished. It was ordered for the scion of another patrician house who was going to be a tribunus under Crassus. The young fool bedded the wrong girl and was stripped of his military commission, and the order was cancelled. If you'll wait for an hour, I will personalize it for you and finish the work.
Okay.
Ah, good, you're back. The parazonium is finished. I engraved your initials on the hilt and got it nice and sharp for you. A well-tempered and carburized blade, if I do say so myself.
Does this really grant me an Aura of Courage?
In a manner of speaking. As long as the men believe it, they will fight all the fiercer when you are near.
I'd like to purchase your shop.
Thank you, but it's not for sale. If you ever go to war again, I'll be with you. But here in Rome, I prefer my freedom. It was good to see you again, Legate. But if that'll be all, I must get back to work.
Do some of the other quests.
My wife's family dreads the next census. I'm certain they will not be allowed to remain in their current... An auction of fine
Right.
will be held
You
tomorrow
told me
by the
they had
House
lost
of
their cattle over the weekend.
Learned Greeks captured in a war against the...
Awe, thank you for coming. Hopefully this matter will be resolved quickly.
Naturally, Praetor, I take matters of justice quite seriously.
An admirable quality fit for a true Roman. This is about your servus, Secundus. It seems that last night he got quite drunk. In his intoxicated state, he got into a fight with another servus.
Did he at least win?
With all due respect, Domine, that's hardly the most relevant question we can ask here.
On the contrary, it's actually a surprisingly relevant question. Not only did he win, he broke the other man's arm.
Oh.
He surely deserves punishment.
It is not my place to tell you how you should handle your serwi. I am not a censor. Nevertheless, the punishment of your servus is not the topic of this hearing.
Why is he not here to defend himself?
He is your servus, is he not? His actions fall under your purview and responsibility.
Seems like you already released a verdict.
There's not much to say. The evidence is irrefutable. The other servus was severely injured, costing his dominus valuable labor. Furthermore, there are criminal charges. This kind of violence is not to be tolerated. The sentence for the first offense will be monetary. In total, this means you will have to pay 200 denarii to the offended dominus and 100 denarii to the state. Do you contest this ruling?
Of course I do.
This is ill-advised.
On what basis are you contesting the ruling?
Do we know what made Secundus attack the other service?
Well, it is a relevant question, actually. Witnesses claim there was a heated exchange and some distasteful claims about the profession of your mother. No matter what the reason is, there is loss of labor.
But that might be an indirect consequence of your actions. The service is supposed to protect its owner.
Perhaps. Some damage was still caused. There's nothing to be gained by resisting legal institutions.
These actions may or not be justified. We shall see.
Perhaps. Some damage was still caused. Enough talking. My decision is made. You've made a good case, and your arguments are solid. I can't ignore the damage your service has caused, but you will receive a reduced sentence. This time.
Okay, that...
A champion fight will occur on the nones of this month between the legendary
Did
gladiators
kinda work.
Carpophorus and Garnicus. This entertainment is provided for all...
Free medical advice. I am well trained and highly experienced.
You look like you've been sleeping poorly. Is something wrong?
It's kind of you to ask. My husband has fallen.
Finally!
There he is, the man of the hour.
I need your help. They will kill me. I need someone to defend me at the court tomorrow.
Slow down, what happened?
It's a long story. What do you want to know?
What exactly is your crime?
Feels like a lifetime ago. Before I joined the Legion, I killed my husband.
You were married?
Not by choice. But I was pretty, I guess. And that represented a political opportunity for my father. He never liked the fact that I was interested in men's things. He thought marriage would, in his words, tame me. As if I'm a wild animal needing to be domesticated.
You should live the way you want.
It's not that easy. No matter how far I try to run, my past keeps catching up with me. Julius Ceaser is a warrior of renown in the Legion, and he has slain countless men. He's a hero. Julia Ceaser has slain only one man. She is a murderer. And whenever I enter Rome, I turn back into Julia, the husband killer.
How did your husband die?
He was an extremely controlling man. I couldn't leave the villa except in his company. Everything about how I dressed, who was allowed to visit me, all was decided by him. I couldn't live that way. We fought about it all the time. One of those fights took place atop the grand staircase. It got very heated. I pushed him.
So really it was an accident?
I wish I could tell you he died for a better reason. That he was a criminal, or that it was some grand conspiracy, or even just that he was hitting me. But his cruelty was of a much more insidious sort. And to the people of Rome, his was a perfectly acceptable way to treat his wife.
Will your family not support you?
This whole thing is their fault. When my brother Aulus finally invited me to dinner, I thought everything was going to be fine.
They actually lured you into a trap.
Not exactly. They were setting me up for another marriage. Can you believe it? Everything was fine at first, and Aulus was speaking up for me. Now that my father is dead, he is pater familias after all. Then suddenly, this ridiculous mule walks in. Burienus Crispus.
I hate that kind of surprise.
I didn't even expect that kind of surprise.
That's a common characteristic of surprises.
Who exactly will kill you?
Rome. Look. I am a murderer. And I thought we were over this with my family, but...
But they disagreed.
Pretty much. The moment I refused this new marriage they set up for me, Mother turned me in. I barely escaped.
That's messed up.
Thank you. I hadn't noticed. Any other brilliant observations you want to share with the class?
Your emotions are understandably frayed, Domina. But please do remember who your friends are in this trying time.
I believe I know everything. The question is, how can I help?
There will be a hearing tomorrow where they will try me for the murder of my late husband. I may be sentenced to death. I need Kikoro to advocate on my behalf.
Of course we can help.
Matricide. It's a difficult situation. Was he a particularly cruel man?
Not by Roman standards.
I would certainly not use that line in front of the public. Please answer my question.
He was a bit full of himself, but actually he didn't really do anything bad to me.
He didn't even whip you a little bit?
You think he could have?
Indeed not. A pity. This makes defense difficult.
Are you shying away from this?
I didn't say that. I welcome the challenge, but you will owe me a great deal.
What if we get married?
What?
True. Of course, it doesn't matter legally if you're married or not. But correct me if I'm wrong, it's Callida's family who stands as her accusers. The reason for their outrage doesn't seem to be the untimely death of her late husband, but her refusal to remarry to someone equally wealthy and powerful. If you get married to each other, though, well, you are certainly wealthy and your political star is clearly rising.
Do you want to do this?
This is not the way I imagined you'd ask the question, but, of course I want this.
An unexpected solution to the problem. Congratulations. Have a happy marriage.
Okay, that's done. We were... I mean... The only way that we're gonna deal with this is we must be able to pull together everything. Now, I am very... You know what? We're just gonna kill him. He's a criminal.
Clean linen for bandages, fresh medicinal herbs.
We're just gonna kill him.
The great Gaius, the curious demand. You seem to have an I see. This sets the price. Indeed. His vineyard has risen to a chance to make a I have both money and time. Salve, legate. Go ahead. I wouldn't expect... I'm thinking I can be...
What? That is insane!
It's called negotiation.
The price you demand.
Now, if you believe the law is on your side, you... I see. And let me guess. The easy way is I just hand over my valuable assets to you.
What are you doing? I can't...
Stupid move.
By Jupiter. What have we done? We have killed a citizen of Rome.
He had it coming.
I agree, but it wasn't up to us to deliver justice.
Please don't be so harsh on yourselves, Dominique. You've saved my life today. And the life of my daughter.
I hope you're right, Lucia. Go pick your girl up and take her to my friend's villa.
As you wish, Dominus.
Just Kaiser, please. Thank you for being here for me.
We'll just do it that way. It may actually come with consequences at a later date. However, it is what it is. Okay, we need to get our girl here with a knife. Ooh, she already has a smuggled knife. Ooh.
Hercules! What have you done? Silvius!
Who are you? Why did you kill that man?
You know who I am.
I assure you I do not. Why have you come here?
You and your friend once killed a girl named Tusa and slayed her sister. Do you not remember?
Well, that does not sound like something I would do. How long ago was this?
What is this place? Who are you people?
We're just a group of regular citizens who gather regularly to enjoy the finer things in life. Nobody is hurt, I swear on Juno Caprotina. The women are here by their own choice.
What you do here is illegal, is it not?
The Senate has outlawed our gatherings, it's true, but only because they don't understand. They've given in to populist sentiment and slanderous rumors, that's all. Nothing we do here is wrong.
By her, is that really Mazda? You really don't remember.
Listen, I'm certain we can come to some sort of agreement. You are bereaved. Do you seek compensation?
I seek vengeance.
Get your hands off me!
I am vengeance.
The bitch killed Silvius! She's mad! Stop her!
You want to try me too? I will kill you all if I must.
Nope.
Last one! Let us be done with this.
To ensure we don't risk it,
Save yourselves!
let's do that, and then end it with this. It's the end of that. Ooh.
Don't hurt me, please! I would never. Find your clothes and get out.
Was there something we had to deal with at the Senate? I thought there was, but I wasn't sure. No.
I've taken care of the payment. There's just one more matter we need to address. Secundus himself.
He seems he can fight. Perhaps he can be used to us in a different capacity.
An interesting decision. I will see to it that he's trained properly.
We killed him.
I certainly wish you had found a less illegal and immoral way to eliminate our chief competitor. But I will accept that this can only be good for business. Ceaser will make a good business partner, I believe. We will supply him well with our finest wine and give him the best possible conditions to succeed.
He's like, I don't condone what you did, but it helps. That's funny. Yeah, I thought there was something that we had to do.
The Queen of Egypt, in my living room. Oh, it's such a shame she had to leave so soon. Imagine the gossip.
Interesting day to say the least. I've been away on campaign for far too long. Time to work. Okay. Okay, another few years has passed. In the next episode, we will go into next Act 3. So thanks for hanging out, and I will see you guys
on me
next time. Later.